In this video, I'll explain to you how to answer some tough interview questions when it comes to finance. Some of these questions could be brain teasers, simulation questions. They could be quite puzzling or challenging, kind of baffling. They'd ask you some of these questions. But in this video, I'll help you answer them in a very easy way. Often finance companies, like some of the companies I've worked for, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley and HSBC, when you're applying for those top roles in investment banking and sales and trading and so on, they'll ask you some kind of difficult questions, unusual questions to see how you think. And in this video, I'll give you an example. They could ask you a brain teaser question, right? And in this example question, it would be, you're providing business strategy for one of our clients. They're a new organic coffee company in West Virginia. Estimate how many clients there could be for this company. So how would you answer this question? It seems like, are they expecting you to know about the coffee industry, to know about West Virginia? What they're really trying to do is test your thought process. So this is how you'd answer that question. Firstly, you would estimate the population. How many people are there in West Virginia? You'd maybe think that yourself if you know about American population, or you can come up with an estimate. You'd say, I estimate the population in West Virginia would be 1 million, for example. And let's just say 80% of the population are adults that drink coffee, or could be a potential coffee drinker. So anyone between 18 years old and 50 years old, let's say. We'll discount the elderly, we'll discount the children and assume they're not coffee drinkers. Would aim at the working age population, 18 to 50 roughly. That's first thing. So you've got the population of the entire location, so you know roughly the client base. Then you do a bit of industry research and you could explain, well, if I was doing this practically, you're answering the question, of course you're not accessing Google and trying to do all that analysis yourself, but you'd say, firstly, I'd estimate the population, which I just explained. Secondly, I'll do some industry research. How big is the coffee industry in West Virginia? I'd find out who the main competitors are. For example, if there's 7 other companies selling coffee in West Virginia, different coffee franchises, how much did they roughly sell in terms of their price of coffee? It's $5 a coffee, for example. So you got 7 companies, $5 a coffee. Roughly, you could estimate how big the industry is based on that. 800,000 potential clients, potential coffee buyers, 7 other major coffee companies, $5 a coffee. How much does that roughly work at in terms of market capitalization? Let's just say roughly 10 million, for example. And then you could consider, as part of the industry research they think you'd do as part of this scenario, would be, how can you differentiate yourself? Maybe these other coffee companies, they're producing regular standard coffee and you have a twist on it. Maybe it's coffee that is organic, coffee that is donating a portion of each percentage of each profit for each coffee cup that you sell will go to help veterans, to help homeless people or so on, and you try and draw in customers that way. So that's the second part, industry research. And then thirdly, you'd estimate the client base in a bit more detail. Let's say the market capitalization of the industry is about $10 million. You aim to become the 8th company. You're going to differentiate from other clients, but maybe selling coffee at a slightly lower price. If they sell coffee at $5 a cup, you sell it at $4 a cup. And then you donate a portion of the profit to veterans or homeless people, whatever is kind of an appealing cause for the potential clients. And then you can estimate how many customers you could have in your company. So this is a good scenario for you to consider. You know, when you're asked these type of questions, just think about it logically. They ask you about a new industry. How would you research the industry? How would you find the client base, the market size, the potential profit potential? These are the type of things you should consider when you're given these type of weird, unusual scenario questions. How would you logically approach this if you did have the time to do the analysis and think it through in a logical way? So just to finish up here, if you get any of these brain teaser questions in the finance interviews, start off with thinking about it logically. Estimate, for example, the market size, the population of the clients, the industry research you might do, and then estimate any key financials like potential sales per day, sales per year, profit per year, things like that. And these are important skills that you will need to have. They're not asking you this question kind of randomly. These are important skills to have if you want to work in the finance industry, if you want to work for investment banking. You will have to do market research on different industries. It's an important skill to have. There are 2 recommended videos on your screen right now, a free ebook in the description, and I'll see you next time.